And I just think Coach Bennett, he deserves so much credit for that because, he had such a choice to make in a very difficult moment when you're a competitor and you have such a, like I said, something bad just going, but how he responded, I just think it was an inspiration to so many people. And so, it's just great to see him get back there this year and have that moment. So that was it.
Coach, I was talking to Will Muschamp last night to start his Spurs Up tour and talking about the schedule. I know there's been a lot of comparison between South Carolina and Clemson's schedule. People saying you have a very easy schedule and South Carolina one of the hardest. He felt like, hey, we have a difficult schedule every year. Do you feel the same as far as Clemson, despite, maybe the lack of competition in the ACC?
Well, that's a loaded question, and I couldn't disagree more than how you phrased the question. I mean, there's no lack of competition in our league. There's a reason why we've won 2 out of the last 3 national championships, and it's not because we don't play anybody. We've played everybody. We've played Alabama 3 times in national championships. We've played Ohio State, played Oklahoma. We played Texas A&M. We play South Carolina every year. Our league. I think we had 11 bowl teams this year, 10 the year before, 11 the year before that. Our league is incredibly competitive and deep, and you just can look at the postseason success over the last few years. I mean, Texas A&M, I think Wake Forest beat them in a bowl game a couple years ago. Virginia wins their bowl game this year. We've had great success in the postseason, but the reason we've been successful is how our league prepares us. And then we step out of our league and we play people. For example, we played Texas A&M. We play South Carolina. I think that's a great conversation for people. And for whatever reason, people never really want to give the ACC the respect that it deserves. But ain't nobody going to be excited to play any team from this league. This is a great league. And that doesn't mean we're better than everybody else and all that. This league, and watch the draft. And you can look over the last probably 5 years or so. I think the SEC and the ACC, I don't even think it's close from a draft pick standpoint. I think it's like us two and way apart. So this is a great league. And our schedule is going to be a very big challenge. It's going to be very difficult. Nobody knows anything about any team right now. That's the other hilarious thing that I always laugh about this time of year. Nobody knows anything about anybody. There's so much that goes into it, so many unknowns, so many new people, and things that have to be proven. And that's why if you go back and you look at the preseason polls and then you compare them to the postseason polls, when it's based on performance, it's usually night and day. Same thing in recruiting. I think Cleveland Ferrell was like the 90th rated DN coming out of high school. I don't think there's going to be 89 drafted in front of him tomorrow. So, and then there's things you don't control. Sometimes, some years teams are better than others. Sometimes leagues are deeper. Some years they're strong up front. But all I can tell you is we have not been consistent because we don't play anybody. You gotta play well, and you gotta be prepared to play well, especially in the postseason.
The last one here. As you walk through the halls here, we see names and things up here. How do you see the Hall of Fame, and do you see a place for your team this past year?
Well, absolutely. We're here. We just did a trophy presentation right there, so I definitely they put it on there. I don't think they can take it back. So, yeah, I mean, it's awesome to walk into this place and you can sign up like Clemson, and all of a sudden the helmet lights up, and then everywhere you go through the building, all the Clemson history will pop out at you. So I just think it's an amazing place because, again, sometimes you think of a Hall of Fame or something, you may think of a stuffy place and with a bunch of old jackets and shoes sitting in a case or something, but this place is alive and incredibly interactive, and it's a great experience. So we're happy to be a part of it, and hopefully we can add some more history to it over the years.